Don't you love it, guys? It looks like the Grinch might have officially stole the Santa Claus rally. Look, we're down again. I think this is the fifth straight red day brewing, at least for the Nasdaq 100. I'm pretty sure every index is probably down, for 4 or 5 straight days now. The Nasdaq for sure is, as it's down another 1.5% today, guys. Thanks to Oracle, thanks to Nvidia, which we're going to cover that in this video. What's going on with Oracle? We'll cover that. And we're going to go over, in general, the indices here, guys. Sofi stock as well, which is down to the 25s right now. It looks like we're about to fall through here to the low 20s. We have to cover the charts, do an update, so hit the like button, subscribe, check out the Patreon for my portfolio updates, my private Discord. That is linked down below, also pinned in the comments. And guys, with that being said, cheers, let's dive into it. So, like I said, thanks to Oracle, thanks to Nvidia, right? Really, it's Oracle, but the entire market is down today again. And like I said, QQQ is about to have its fifth straight red day, which is like, what is going on, man? It's nuts, right? You can see it here on the chart, or maybe yesterday it technically had a green. Actually, no, it didn't. Either way, it's not looking good, man. We're slipping down here, and the hopes of a Santa Claus rally, like I said, are fading by the day. QQQ's falling through this critical 610 support level that we've covered before, right? That is a critical spot on the chart, and now it's opening up for potential downside. More downside here, and this falling knife could bring us down to the 590 to 595 level if it were to, continue to get ugly here. And SPY, if I pull this up, you guys can see it's not looking as bad as QQQ, but still, it's down over 0.75%. Now we're back under the 180 and the 50 moving averages on this 4-hour chart. The Dow is down about 0.25%. Not too bad, actually, for the Dow. The Dow's holding above the 50 and the 180 moving averages, as the Russell is doing the same thing. So, really, the Russell and the Dow look pretty good. It's the Nasdaq that's dragging down the entire market. Tech stocks are dragging down the entire market. We're talking Oracle, which is down 5%. It's in the high 170s now. We're talking Nvidia, which is down 3%. It's at 171, hanging on by a thread. These are interesting times, guys. So let me show you now, before we dive into, the news here. Let's take a look quickly at SoFi, which this looks like it's about to fall through 25 a share. It's not 100% doing it yet, but it looks like this descending triangle that we were talking about is playing out, right? We have clear support at 25, 26 a share, right? And at the same time, we're making these lower highs. We have been for a good, 2 months now? About a month and a half, almost 2 months. So SoFi is making lower highs into this support. And look, we put in another lower high this morning. Do you guys see it right here? Lower high, right? So clearly, the bulls are nowhere to be found. And it makes sense. I mean, look, the market's getting clapped. A lot of these high growth tech, fintech stocks are getting hit. It makes sense. It's not like SoFi is going to rip in this environment, especially with them doing that public offering. That doesn't help either. So it makes sense, right, that we're seeing the bears have an edge here in the short term, right? So we put in that lower high. We got rejected this morning at the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. And to me, guys, it looks like we're gunning for the lows now from, what is this morning? From this, or no, actually, actually yesterday morning, guys. Let me get some water. Cheers, by the way. Yesterday morning, yeah, we held 25. It looks like we're gunning for those lows, and I'm telling you guys, if we take that spot out, I think we fill the gap down to where we were in the end of November, right? 2350, 2375. That could be the first gap fill, and I think we'd get a relief rally after that point. If we were to go down to 23.24, I think we would be due for a relief rally, but, we'll see. And, of course, the big gap would be down to $20 a share, which look, that's another, 20% More than that, actually. How much more downside's that? About, yeah, 20% from where we are now. That could happen if the market gets ugly, but I'm not necessarily banking on that. I think a more realistic scenario would be, okay, SoFi fills the gap down to $23.50, $24. Then we get a relief rally from there. So let me show you now what's going on with Oracle. And of course, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button, by the way. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Follow along for more content if you're watching on Facebook. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, you guys, without you, man, this show, the content would not be possible, right? So I appreciate all of you as always. So Oracle's down 5% on the day right now, and if we pull up this news, we can see exactly why, which I'm sure most of you have seen this already, but we'll cover it and go over my thoughts here. So Oracle stock dips on a report that Blue Owl Capital won't back $10 billion data center, which you guys know the story around Oracle right now, the fears around the debt, what's going to happen, are they going to default? Are they going to this or that, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of fear right now, and this is stirring the pot. Only adding fuel to the fire, not in a good way. So Oracle stock dip, like I said on the news, that discussions with Blue Owl Capital on backing a $10 billion data center in Michigan had stalled, right? Although the cloud company later disputed the report, of course, as they should, as any company would, even if it's not true, right? Or even if it's whatever, right? You know what I mean? Blue Owl had been in talks with Oracle about funding a 1 gigawatt facility for OpenAI in Saline Township, Michigan, according to the Financial Times. However, the plans fell through due to concerns about Oracle's rising debt, like we talked about, their debt levels, and extensive AI spending. That's according to the Financial Times, citing people familiar with the matter. And we can see here, if we come down a little bit, Blue Owl did look into the project, but pulled out due to unfavorable debt terms and the structure of repayments, according to a person familiar with the company's plans, who asked not to be named in order to discuss a confidential matter. Blue Owl is still involved in 2 other Oracle sites, according to the person, which one I believe is in New Mexico. The other one is, I think it's down here. We'll come and see it. I forget now where the other one is. Oh, Texas. Abilene, Texas. So, yeah, it looks like here, apparently Blue Owl is pulling out, allegedly, Oracle saying, the project's still on schedule, blah, blah, blah. It says here Oracle later responded saying the project was moving forward and that Blue Owl was not part of the equity talks. It looks like Oracle spokesperson Michael Egbert said, our development partner Related Digital selected the best equity partner from a competitive group of options, which in this instance was not Blue Owl. Final negotiations for their equity deal are moving forward on schedule and according to plan. So yeah, I mean, what's going on here, guys? It's up in the air, right? It's like who do you believe? This, that, blah, blah. You guys know how this goes, right? And Oracle is going to be a battleground stock for the rest of the year, early 2026 as well. And are we surprised that we're getting this sell-off? Not necessarily. After the earnings came out, we saw that big drop. What did I say after that? I said, look, this is going to be a tax loss harvesting stock for the rest of the year because people have been in this stock since $250 plus, $275 plus, $300 plus. What do you guys think those people are doing heading into the end of the year here? They're going to sell out. They're going to lock in that loss, write it against their gains, tax loss harvest, and then they're going to wait 30 days and get back in the stock in the new year. Maybe, hypothetically, I don't know. But that's probably what's going on here. And any bad piece of news is going to fuel that fire, fuel the selling. And that's exactly what we're getting, And we can see Blue Owl Capital has been a primary investor in Oracle. Other projects include $15 billion center in Texas, an $18 billion site in New Mexico, like I said. And Oracle now has $250 billion in lease. What is this? Lease commitments couldn't read there for a second, guys. For data centers and cloud capacity commitments for over the next 15 to 19 years, which is as of November 30th, and that's almost up 150% from August. Think about that, guys. And by the end of November, the company owed over $124 billion, including operating lease liabilities, according to the filing. So, yeah, I mean, this debt has always been a problem, a point of worry, an overhang on the stock, stemming back a couple months for the company now, and it just keeps on getting worse, right? Investors' fears keep on, increasing around the debt. And like I said, it's fueling the selling. Not only is the fear fueling the selling, but again, tax loss harvesting, which I don't necessarily think Oracle is going to be downtrending forever, right? Will it downtrend into the end of the year? Probably, yeah. By the looks of it, yeah. Christmas is 8 days away, guys. We're wrapping up the year. I think Oracle's probably going to downtrend into the end of the year. More tax loss harvesting, and ultimately, if we hit around, I don't think we're going under 160 to 50. I think we're nearing the bottom. I really do. I think we're nearing a point where it's getting a little nuts. It's down 50% from highs, and yeah, there are all these fears, but ultimately I see this turning around in the new year. And look at the 3-year chart. It looks good, right? The 3-year chart looks pretty good on Oracle. It almost looks like a decent buy the dip, but it's risky with the debt, with the volatility, with the fear around the stock. You got to do your own research, guys. But I'm still long those call options. I am down disgustingly, but it was a small position, a small trade to begin with. I don't own shares, so I'm not buying any shares right now or more call options. I'm simply holding those call options, which literally, guys, make up like 0.5% of my portfolio. To give you a perspective as to how much I'm in these calls, not really at all. It's a very tiny position. Not half of my portfolio, 0.5% of my portfolio is where these calls are at. So very small position. Maybe I'll add more by the end of the year. Who knows? But yeah, I think Oracle, it's going to rebound in the new year, but we're not there yet. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. Link down below, pinned in the comments as well. And there's a private Discord plus more. I'll see you guys in there. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day.